All right, here's the first question, guys. What is the most common objection you get at the door, at the phone, on the phone, in the home, and how do you overcome it? You have 1 minute, and the clock is ticking.
I already took care of that. That's not a big deal because usually they took care of it over the phone. So then I asked them, oh, did you have a local agent come and meet with you? And they said, oh no. I'm like, oh, did you get it done on the phone? Yeah. Well, listen, I'm not here to sell anything. I'm not here to take any money. I'm just here to help you as a local agent. I know all the doctors. I know all the plans. I do this for a living. I get paid either way. Take you out 5 to 10 minutes to maybe go over with you. Works some of the time. Not perfect. Shoot my shot. See what I got.
So the most common objection for me is just the seniors have a defense mechanism that's kicked in. Most of them have been screwed at some point over the phone most of the time. They are defensive, they don't know who I am. I'm not a local, or I'm not an organic agent like Kenny's kind of talking about the pitfalls of working leads. So that skepticism they have of, I have the best plan. I've got everything that I need. There's not any way that you can help me. Take my time, treat them like family, give them love, give them attention, write things down, make that eye contact. I'm gonna overcome their skepticism and I will break it and I will end up helping them some way. Just take your time and work it.
So I'm going to answer this from the perspective of trying to book an appointment because I think most people in this room, if they're getting into Medicare, are going to be working leads. So the number one objection that I remember getting working Medicare leads was I already have a plan or I'm happy with my plan, which is completely irrelevant and it's actually easy to overcome once you remember this. The lead piece that we recommend that you work says nothing about changing your Medicare plan. It's about qualifying for extra benefits, making sure that you're getting any of the money back that you can qualify for, or help paying for your prescriptions or dental or vision. So when they tell me that, I say, oh, do you have United Healthcare is such an awesome plan. This is actually about the Medicare Savings Program. It's completely separate. You can pick whatever plan you want. I'll still be able to help you find out what benefits you qualify for. So you just differentiate. That's a big one. And the other one is that they've been burned before. So like, well, somebody else already told me I might be able to get those benefits, and all they tried to do was sell me something. They didn't help me with anything. So that one was kind of tough for me at first, right? Because you're not the first person to call them about getting extra help or extra benefits. And so you just have to remind them that what I always tell people is, I know that those Joe Namath commercials are full of empty promises, but I actually personally sit down and walk you through how to apply for these benefits. That's how I overcome it.
I had to think about this because it's a little different. I go in on a cold booked appointment, so I really don't have resistance at the door. They're expecting me. They know what I look like. They know what the car looks like. I arrive on time. I do everything I'm supposed to do. Dot your I's, cross your T's. Make sure you get there at 10:15 if that's when your appointment is. The problem I have is in annuity, and eventually you're going to have to address it, is it sounds too good to be true. It does. I agree with them. First thing I do, I agree with them. I said at some point we're going to have to sit down and talk about surrender charge. Because surrender charge, this is not the kind of money that moves around a lot. We're asking you to be stable with your investment. We're asking you to restrict your pull out of that account. We're not going to use words that a financial planner would use, like lock up your money, because it's not locked up. I mean, you have access to all that money anytime you want to move it, but that's the fear we deal with working with seniors. Somebody's always instilling fear. You have to address it with honesty. Yes, that's what we call surrender charges. Be glad to explain that. But you have to explain it correctly, and that's the tools that I give you when you sign up with David Duford on his website, and you want to do it.